Alright, so here's the deal. I could have swore I had an actual intro for this. Apparently, I did not, or I accidentally deleted it. Sometimes crap happens, okay? I'm human. I'm gonna make the mistakes, and that's all there is to it. But anyway, I slapped this pose together, and honestly, I don't think I thought too hard when I was doing this. This is kind of one of those, like, I've wanted to draw this for a long time, or like, every now and then I'll get the urge, oh, I should do that really cool handstand pose. And, well, here it is. I mean, we'll see it a little more clearer in a little bit when at least the base colors are all on, because I know I have really bad lighting and those shadows are so bad. Although I did move some things around, so hopefully the shadow isn't as in the way as what it once was. I don't know. You'll have to let me know if this looks better than other previous colored pencil-y / markery type videos. But I don't know. Personally, I think even though it's still not great, it's a step in the right direction of improvement. But anyway, yeah. So at this point, I was also like, oh my gosh, I should have ordered my pencils like back in March when I was. Well, I pretty much had them in the cart, and then I'm like, oh, so expensive. I need them, but so expensive. And to be fair, where I get my individual Prismacolors, I go to Jerry's Artorama online, and I think when you buy like X amount or more, it's $1. I forget the exact price, but it lowers a little bit from like the list price, but it still adds up. Plus shipping. Shipping is always insane. And yeah, because I wanted to have the purple, like a really, really dark purple, but I didn't have that dark of a purple. We'll see throughout the video, at times I was using literal just little nubs of pencils. But yeah, so I did get those pencils in partway, well, most of the way through this project. I think I was close to done when they finally came in. But then I just didn't want to go over everything and make it dark. Because, like, I wanted it that dark purple. But this also looks good, and I'm fine with it. So, this is what we're gonna do. And that is what I did. So, yeah. Also, this paper does not fit on my desk. My desk is too small. So I just crowded, like, the walls were closed in on me this whole time while I was working on this. And at times it was just kind of miserable, especially in terms of filming. Because, well, how do you keep it in camera? Right. Which, thinking about it now, kind of sounds like an excuse. Because I have a hard time staying in camera anyway. But, it's also so much harder when you have the teeny tiny little space to work with. And, like, the thing my camera sits on is not that tall. So it's not like I can just extend it and get more area either. So, yeah, I thought I was buying the same thing as what I got at my painting table. Yeah, no, was so wrong. Or I was bamboozled. I don't know which. I hope not the second one. That would be very, very not nice of them. But anyway, so obviously I'm trying to play with colors more, so I added like some reds and blues in and not just like a darker purple for shading. I'm trying to incorporate more colors back in and not just darker shades of the same color, but I'm also trying not to go as overboard as what I've done in the past. And I don't know, I think even though the result might still look a little messy, it maybe isn't quite 100% where I want to see it be yet. I think I am getting better in that regard. I would still like to figure out how to make more of a dramatical poppy kind of style. Those are words. I don't know how to get what's in my head out of my face hole, but I mean, I'm gonna keep working towards that more dramatic, colory, wordless something or another I keep going for. Have you ever seen, like, the pictures that have just an insane amount of color in them? Usually I see them on black backgrounds, or something with a lot of reflection, I guess, or like a nature scene, but there's, like, an unnatural amount of color in there. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't think that style has a name, but I love that. And not necessarily I need to go that overboard, but, like, for example, that's a dramatic pop of color. And I don't know, I feel like I'm centimetering my way in. I'm not even inching. I'm not even going that far. But I'm centimetering my way in to where I want to go. Yeah. Oh, that sounded like I was questioning me. I guess I'm just telling myself this. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see here, some of the pencils are getting shorter and shorter, and they're just little nubs. So that was, what I did to myself. Occasionally I was like, oh wow, there is a white pencil under this paper that I didn't notice before. And it was like Christmas. It was like, oh, look, I can use something that's not smaller than my hand. Smaller than my little fingers can manage. But yeah, I had a lot planned with this one. Honestly, I kind of forget how this popped into my head. It might have just been something that literally just popped into my head and that was it. Where I had the idea and then I was like, ooh, what if I did this when I finished coloring? So there'll be some more coming up pretty soon. Also, I'm finding, at one point I would say I used to really enjoy coloring skin. I wouldn't say that's changed. But I don't know. Maybe digitally, but everything's a pain digitally. That's beside the point. But where was I going with this again? Lost my train of thought. Oh no! Yeah, I cheated and used a pencil eraser sometimes. It worked. It really did work. For the most part. As long as it wasn't like, anything too dramatic. But, oh my god, I really forgot where I was going. Oh yeah, my Jelly Roll pen. Yeah, I just used that to add in some dramatic highlights. Some little ones anyway. Nothing too big or crazy. Not that you can see half of it. It's off camera. Oh yeah, I was talking about hair. So I do find that I have been enjoying coloring hair a lot lately. So yeah. Also, this is the big dramatical idea. I did a lot of it off camera just because I'm really running out of space on this phone. And also, there was no way most of this is going to be able to, be in camera, as we can tell from this. But I wanted to get at least some of it in just to, I don't know, show on camera that it was in progress, I guess. And here, I was like, I am going to measure and carefully do things. And then somehow I realized that I measured something not right and then had to go back and redo it. But, so, that was a thing. And here I am just cutting out the frame. And I was going to use paint, but then I was like, oh, this marker's nice. Except for it leaves a lot of streakiness, and I actually went over it twice, and it's still not like a flat, solid color that I would like, but I don't want to use any more marker ink, and it's a lot better than what it was, so... And here's where I discover E6000. Oh yeah, in my shiny stuff, of course I need to put some shiny stuff. Not that you can really tell that it's being added on in this frame, but that's beside the point. Also, I've had this metallic, shiny, color changey paint for a little bit. It's like $1 at Hobby Lobby for that thing. It's so good. But back to my point. And this is the first time I used it. And this is exactly what I bought it for. Was like little armbands on Shayan because I thought it would be cool. And here we go with the E6000. I'm like, oh my god, I think this is a miracle glue. And I would still say it is, except for it does slow leak constantly. It doesn't stop. And I don't know if there was a cap that I missed or lost. Both are possibilities. We can't even sugarcoat it. Both are distinct possibilities. So, it kind of keeps just clogging and stuff, and that's a pain, but... Also, the little hip rufflet things, I know it looks a little bit more like a skirt than a ruffle. And I might still cut off, the meshy see-through part, just to make it a little shorter and a little less skirt-like, but I don't know. I'm not decided on that, because I don't want it to look like a skirt, I just wanted it to look like ruffles, but I'll decide how much of that I want to keep later. But anyway, here is the finished product. I think it came out super cool looking, and I love the addition of the actual fabric in here. I think that makes it look really cool, and I don't know, it just adds to it for me, because I can never just do a simple project. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Sorry if that was bad lighting. I work in the basement. But let me know what you guys think down below, if you like it, what you'd have done different. all that jazz, all the usual. And my Discord link will also be in my description and the shop merch thing that I never use. Okay, until next time, bye bye!